Hey all you ACC fans, welcome to week 12 of the ACC Predictions for NolzCountry.com. I'm your host and webmaster, Mike Crook. Florida State definitely showed it still has life left in its season as backup quarterback E.J. Manuel played well against the Deacs on Saturday. He outdueled veteran quarterback Riley Skinner en route to a 41-28 victory and keeping the Noles in contention for another bowl bid at season's end. Now let's press on to this weekend's action. Starting things off will be Florida State hosting Maryland in the Noles' final home game of the season. This game is huge for several reasons. It's defensive coordinator Mickey Andrews' last game at Doak Campbell, and his defense will want to send him out on the highest note possible. Also, FSU is one win away from getting a guaranteed bowl bid, and with their next game coming against the top-ranked Gators, this is their best shot at getting a much-needed win. And the Noles will be sporting the new Nike Pro Combat uniforms. We've never played well for a blackout or whiteout game, but since the fans aren't asked to wear anything specific, it shouldn't jinx us any. I see the Noles getting this one done on both sides of the field and holding on to a commanding lead going into the fourth quarter to become bowl eligible for the 28th straight year. Kickoff is set for noon Eastern Time on Raycom. Next up is North Carolina traveling to Boston College. Both teams are coming off wins last week and have achieved bowl eligibility. However, BC is still playing for an outside shot at the Atlantic Division title should Clemson lose. Boston College does not lose often at home and can play very stout defense, but after just barely beating Virginia last week, and with the Tar Heels defense playing the way they are, I don't see BC pulling this one off. The game will be close until the fourth quarter when the Heels find their groove and cruise to their 8th win of the season. Kickoff is set for noon Eastern Time on ESPNU. The final early game is between Duke and number 21 Miami. Both teams are coming off disappointing losses last week and are in need of some confidence. Miami has locked up its bowl eligibility while Duke still needs to win this one for hopes at locking up a postseason berth. Unfortunately for Duke, I don't see that happening. Harris will atone for his mistakes last week and play up to his hype at home with Miami winning by at least 2 touchdowns. Kickoff is set for noon Eastern Time on ESPNU. Next up is Virginia traveling to number 18 Clemson. Virginia's coming off a close loss to BC last week, and Clemson needs this win to wrap up the Atlantic Division title and a trip to Tampa next month. And with the way the Tigers have been playing right now, I can see them wrapping it up by at least mid-third quarter and sending in their backups for some game experience. Kickoff is set for 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on either ABC or ESPN. Check your local listings. With number 7 Georgia Tech and Wake Forest off this week, our final game is between NC State and number 16 Virginia Tech. The Wolfpack got manhandled by Clemson last week, and the Hokies did the same to Maryland. At this point, NC State is really just playing for pride. But with trying to get the best possible bowl bed, I don't see the Hokies letting up on the gas. They'll cruise to their 8th win of the season and get ready for the season finale against Virginia. Kickoff is set for 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPNU. We had yet another good week of picks by going 5-1 last week and extending our season record to 53-30. There are just 2 more weeks left in the regular season, but we'll know by Saturday evening who's playing in Tampa on December 5th. We'll talk more about that next week. For NolzCountry.com, I'm Mike Crook.